It's AirVenture, and what would it be like if we didn't talk to Kerry McCauley on this episode of
In the Hangar.
Hello and welcome to this special edition on location at AirVenture of In the Hangar. I'm Dan Milliken.
And I'm pleasantly surprised that you didn't catch me off guard this year. I'm Christy Wong.
What she's referring to is that we surprised her. The word is ambushed her last year with this guest, Kerry McCauley. Before we get to him, real quick, we're brought to you by Flying Eyes. We're at their booth where using our discount code at flyingeyesoptics.com will get you 10%, taking off all caps one word. And also Clemens Insurance, clemensinsurance.net. Jerry saved me a lot of money.
More on our sponsors later. But
right. I ambushed her last year.
They ambushed me. I was literally speechless.
You were.
You did that on purpose.
I did.
To elicit an authentic response from me, which was very authentic, by the way. I didn't know what to say, but I've had about a year to process.
So a year to process. Kerry, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys. Glad to be back.
I'm sure you are.
So what we're talking about, Kerry is a legendary ferry pilot who has now written 2 books, great books. You can't hardly wait to turn the page. They're just amazing stories. And we've had Kerry on before to talk about that. But one thing that I knew from reading the books that maybe Christy wasn't as cognizant last year was that I knew, Kerry, you were really into jumping.
Yep.
That's how it all started.
Is my life.
Like 20,000 jumps or something?
Yep, 20,000.
See, and so I knew that I could ambush Christy about jumping.
Yeah, so the running joke right now is that once we hit our 100,000 subscribers, I have to jump out of an airplane, which is pretty much my worst fear.
Which is all established 1 year ago with you, Kerry. Thank you, Kerry.
Effectively, yeah.
And you're almost there. So, I mean, it's impending.
Yeah, I know. I think about it all the time. I am actively unsubscribing people as we talk.
Well, and we'll get to, I'm sure, before AirVenture 2024, we will have jumped.
Have you ever been peed on while taking somebody for a tandem jump?
While taking someone for a tandem jump? No.
Yes. Just wait.
You have?
No.
Oh,
I said just wait and just wait, okay?
Just wait.
You
There's
wanna
always a
jump
first,
me?
though.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got special jumpsuits for you with the little padding, the pens kind of issues.
Yeah, we've already talked about that with Mike and Chandra. So, Kerry, I probably have hit the jump thing quite a bit. Let's talk about you, and you've got your second book out. How's that doing?
Yeah, my second book, Dangerous Flights, is doing great. Actually, I'm selling more of those this year at AirVenture because so many people have bought Ferry Pilot, my first book, loved it, and came back. And they wanted to see if I lived through the second one. But
right.
Spoiler
Apparently
alert,
you did.
I'm still here.
And also you've created a YouTube channel and you're going social.
Yeah, I have to keep up with the young kids, so I got a YouTube channel. It's just my name, and that's been great because I've got so much great video now. The GoPros are so amazing. I just got back from South Africa and Namibia, flying around the desert, had a great time, and had so much amazing footage that I just had to share it with the world.
I want to hear one story from Dangerous Flights. I want to hear about one dangerous flight.
One dangerous flight. Let's see. We were ferrying a Phenom 100 from Australia to Las Vegas, and we were flying up to Anadyr, Russia, because bad weather was coming in and we had no choice. And
C5A is taxing.
Sorry.
Like that. And weather got below minimums. I mean, right at minimums. Excuse me.
Right at minimums.
Right at minimums.
You're in Russia, so it's not like
Russia. Russia minimums, and the runway lights weren't working, and it was at night, and it got to be kind of hairy, but we didn't get killed.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Okay. So if you want to know more about that, obviously we have to go read your book, Dangerous Flights.
Yeah.
Were the
Okay.
cameras rolling on that one for the Discovery Channel thing you were doing?
They were. So yeah.
Oh my.
So then they made you do it again.
It's one more take. Could you guys take off and go fly that approach again? No, we couldn't because we were kind of below minimum fuel. I mean, we were just above minimum fuel. Sorry
my
for the
gosh.
legalities here.
Russia legality.
Everything that appears to be illegal up there was just for,
For the
stage
cameras.
sake. Yeah,
For the story.
For the cameras. We really
We got to
actually had plenty of
ratchet up
gas.
the drama.
Swear to God. It was on video. You can't
I
prove
believe
anything.
that. That's the problem with reality TV is it's like part real, but also like part hype. So
No,
I
this
get
is
it.
all real.
Okay, good to know.
If you want to see what it's like when I'm counting down 200, 150, 100. You
Are you
want
seeing
75.
Cat 3 Autolands or what? Oh my gosh.
No.
9,
Nine.
8.
And we were and the guy I was flying with, Marcio, a great guy. He basically said on that first approach, like, if we're stabilized, we're landing no matter what, because there's no sense in going around, because the weather was just getting worse and worse.
Oh, wow.
And by the time we were taxiing in, we could hardly see the taxiway in front of us. It was bad.
Wow. Low viz.
Low viz.
What were you
Okay.
doing in Africa?
I was hired by a company that was having a flyaway in Namibia, and they brought me in to give speeches on my book, and it was amazing. They took us out to this lodge in Namibia. There were 28 planes. Well, 29 and a half. A woman crashed her 182 right after I landed.
Ooh.
She's fine, but the plane's
good.
kind of wrecked up. But every morning it was so much fun. These guys, the South African Namibian pilots, are the friendliest, most crazy pilots in the world, and we'd get up in the morning and go ripping around the desert and up the coast, and a lot of low-level formation flying with guys that may or may not have had the prerequisite 8 hours bottle of throttle, but I was a good boy. I'll just tell you that much. It was really fun.
Sounds like wild
I highly
times.
recommended Namibia.
I think I'm going to have to rename, give him a nickname of Asterisk. It's Kerry Asterisk McCauley, because everything he's saying, well, Asterisk, it
Asterisk.
wasn't really that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
actually worse.
There's no video, and you can't prove anything.
Yeah, if you didn't capture it, it didn't happen. That's
Right.
the number one rule of social media.
Exactly.
Hey, with all that new AI stuff that's coming out, though, that's scary. We could probably just impose your face on something and.
Don't be a buzzkill.
What's next for Kerry McCauley?
Jumping with Christy,
Jumping
apparently.
with Christy. I mean, we've got a new straight jacket. I got Christy bedazzled on the shoulder.
Nice.
Yeah,
Did you
we've
get the
got-
blue bedazzled?
It's
Per-
red.
Oh, okay.
Well, that hides the blood better.
Oh, God.
Kerry, I've done one jump, tandem jump, but I want to jump alone. And last year you said I would be able to do that. Some places don't allow it. What's the rules on all
Am
that?
I allowed to push him out of an airplane?
Oh, for sure.
There we
As
go.
long as I have a
I
parachute,
mean,
I'm okay
you're
with
not
that.
really allowed to push, but up there it's really noisy, and no
Yeah.
sounds just like go. So stuff.
Okay.
happens. The rules are, it depends on the drop zone or the skydiving school you go to. A lot of places want you to do a tandem or two before you go solo. Some places will allow you to take the first jump solo after your first jump. It's sort of solo. It's a course called Accelerated Free Fall, and you jump up from 13,000 feet with two instructors, but they're not strapped to you like a tandem. They're one on either side, and they hang on to you kind of like outriggers on a canoe.
Okay.
And what we do is we keep you stable in free fall. It make sure you do all the important stuff like pull your ripcord.
What's the big problem, the big danger for somebody in that initial jump out of the airplane? Is it stabilizing?
Yeah, you're supposed to have an arch when you jump out. You want to be aerodynamic. And some people like to go fetal, which makes them anti-aerodynamic and flip upside down. So that's what us as free fall instructors do, is we can keep you stable or catch you and flip you over. Some people, when the first time we'll let them go, they have a tendency to spin around a little bit, spin out of control, as it were, and we can catch them. It's an interesting job. Basically, we get into a wrestling match with a 250-pound guy at 13,000 feet while you're going 125 miles an hour, but,
Right up your alley.
it's Thursday.
Right.
It's
Well,
up there.
I want to do that. I would like, so if you're going to jump for the first time, I'd like to do a solo.
You have to do that.
I know.
And she can actually help with the little foot out the
Oh,
Oh,
she-
I
yeah.
will. Trust me. He'll be the first to
Oh,
go.
she'll be so.
I'll be like, bye, Dan, followed by screaming.
I want to hear the scream, because
I
it
won't
really
scream.
does sound like, ah!
No.
That'll be me
hilarious.
screaming.
I-
as I-
if I scream, it'll be screams of joy.
Oh, my gosh.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He hasn't done it
No,
yet.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh
you
no, I
love
was
it.
thrilled when we went up before, even though it was tandem.
Uh-huh.
Even though it was tandem.
Oh,
Even
I
though
know.
It was tandem. See, he says it with such confidence and, no big deal. It's what could possibly go
I keep
wrong?
asking him if something goes wrong, who's going to edit the video?
Plenty of editors out there. Plenty. Hunter will take care of
AI.
that. AI. Live forever.
See, you're irreplaceable.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
Well, that's awesome. So if people want to check out your new YouTube channel, where do they go?
Just my name, Kerry McCauley on YouTube. And I'm starting a new podcast, going to be the same name, but I'm going to have stories that have the asterisks. You know, you can't prove anything stories.
Oh my.
So it's podcast, so we won't see video evidence.
Yeah.
Anonymous stories.
You'll have to treat their voices so they won't be identifiable.
Yeah, anonymous stories with Kerry McCauley. I like that.
Exactly. If
There you
anybody
go.
has a great story, but they don't really want their name associated with it because the FAA might get mad, have them get in touch.
Come to you.
Perfect.
This podcast is for you.
Well, Kerry, thanks always for coming by and terrifying the ever-loving bejesus out of me. I look forward to falling out of an airplane with you.
She said it.
And everybody subscribe so we can get her up there.
All right. Thank you, guys. And in addition to the subscribing, visit our sponsors. Without them, we can't make it happen. Like 67 Designs. They make the best camera, tablet, smartphone mounts you can have for your plane. Z-Vision, the brightest landing and taxi lights. Marshall Protective Services, Private Security Elevated, and Colton Mortgage. ColtonTakingOff.com. Take us home.
I'm still thinking about the terrifying free fall. All right, you guys. Well, you know what to do. Like, unsubscribe so I don't have to jump. We'll see you all next time.
In the hangar.